Hello, it's another beautiful Thursday evening, and you're welcome to another exciting episode of the Lagos Youth Show on Lagos Television. And of course, as usual, I'm going to be your solo host on today's episode. But not to forget, this is that one show where we bring you all of the exciting gists as it relates to the young, brilliant minds of Lagos State, bringing conversations all the way from Ikeja, Badagry, Ikorodu, Lagos, and of course, to my young, exceptional minds in Ekpe. We bring you all of these touch point, heated conversation from our young minds in Lagos. And this is that one show where we give you the hits. And as usual, this promises to be another exciting episode. We'll be talking about a very heated conversation as it relates to a lot of concerns, particularly to how young people relate with the use of internet as it touches gambling, affairs, profitability, how people make money online, all of those conversations we're going to be having. And trust me, this episode is going to be an exciting one with our guest on the studio. On that note, stay with us. Lots and lots of conversation will be upcoming. And as usual, my name is Tosin Ikuyeminu. We'll be right back. Still the Lagos Youth Show, and like we promised, it's going to be an interesting conversation that you should be a part of. Right with me, we know that when it comes to youth engagement, there are a lot of conversation that has major touch points. But one major touch point that is in the mouth of every young person today is betting, particularly as it relates to online betting. Before now, we used to have the usual Baba Ijebu and the many other, betting platforms that we have. But because of now, we are now in the digital era. Most of these betting platforms are now being digitized. Now, the raging conversation, it is going beyond the usual. These days, there are a lot of digital platforms where people bet, young people, particularly young Lagosians, bet on, and it's raging. It's a raging conversation from, is it a distraction for young people, or is it even a plus as a bonus? Because many young people are beginning to make money from all of this, from all these platforms. So all of this will be the core of our conversation, as we have with me in the studio one young, brilliant, exceptional mind. Interestingly, he is a gamble awareness advocate. Great to have Ademola Bilisami in the studio. Great to have you, Ademola.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Awesome. I mean, this is a conversation that, we don't have very often in our society, but it's becoming heated. It's almost like everybody wants to go on those platforms. They want to gamble. In my recent experience, where I live, I had the opportunity to visit some set of young guys that live in a particular apartment. Many of them call it HQ. HQ, can you imagine? So I just had a visitation. I was there. I needed to do some work. And I met some of these guys, and they were like, many people think they were having a conversation. They were like, many people think we are doing fraud. We are not doing fraud. All we do is we play games. I'm like, seriously? They turned on their laptop, and they switched to their TV. And they were playing some games. They were buying coins on the platform. And I noticed the guy also, I just cashed out. I'm like, really?
That's another level of gambling.
And the guy was telling me, roughly, sometimes in a day, I do $10, I do $20 per day. Imagine the amount they're going to be making in a week. So for some people, it's an addiction. Why for some people, it's an additional profitable platform for them. So, which brings me to my question, Ademola. Is betting really, right, online betting, the way it is now that we see it, is it really adding to our society, or it's actually taking more?
It's taking more from our society, totally. Okay. Although, like you said, there are some people, for instance, the guy you mentioned now, he's doing it and he's making his own profits day by day. Some people are lucky to be part of people that gamble and they make it out of gambling. But I tell you for a fact, 90% of people gambling, they all lose their money at the end of the day. And you can never win the house. The house will always win. I don't know, somebody said that the house will always win. You can't win the house. So most of the time, they can win today, but by the time they do a summation of how much they've spent total, even the guy that thinks he's making money regularly, by the time he takes his time and accounts for how much he has sent to this betting site and how much he has won, he realizes that he has lost more than he has won. Although some people still make it through gambling, but that's 2% or 3%.
Let's really talk about the profitable angle, all right? I would choose to be on the other side, right?
Right.
Not necessarily because of I bet, no, I don't. But I would choose to be on the other side because they have a lot of reasons to say the economy is not doing fine. There are no much job opportunities out there. There are few opportunities for them to develop skills. Many of these people that are talking about don't lack the necessary funding to set up something for themselves. So what I feel based on that structure, they have every narrative to push behind the reason why they would choose to gamble, right? So, but I want you to look at it from the profitable angle. Is it genuinely adding value, or is it even doing more negative, in terms of the finance at the end of the day?
So just like you said, the hardship in the country, no employment, underemployment, and everything. Yeah, it adds to the reason why most of them want to gamble. And besides, gambling is just, how would I put it? It's just so easy for them to just start because you don't even need a large capital. You don't need CV or anything. Just with your 100 naira or 400, you are good to go with gambling. So that's why it's so easy for them to start. And some people play it for fun. Like people decide that, oh, I want to just play this gambling for fun. And with time, they get addicted to it. And the moment you add emotions or you get addicted to gambling, you are gone.
You're gone.
Interesting.
Thank you for
talking
that.
About the profitable part. There are some people like they are not trying to. They are good at the gambling. They're not trying to make
ends meet,
100 million or anything. They just want to make ends meet with what they are gambling. Somebody else trying to make 20% or 10% of whatever they put there. They are so good at it, and they can be lucky to get whatever they want out of it. But most people lose their money. For instance, I was on Twitter. I think last week somebody posted, "Oh, let's do rollover." Like them playing 1,000 naira to times a little odds, then every day till 15 days, and it's going to give them a substantial amount of like 1 million. This popular, there's a popular guy on Twitter, a popular man on Twitter. His name is Mr. Banks. Like he actually like wins a lot. Do you get? So he said, okay, fine, let's do this rollover and let's have a community win. He has been doing. He did day one for more than 3 days.
Wow.
Like the game started cutting day by day, first day, second day, third day. Till they stop the rollover. So gambling is not even sure. No matter how good you think you are, like you 90% will fail or 99% will fail. So I don't really think there's profit in gambling because at the end of the day you will still lose your money.
Let's really, thank you so much. Let's really speak to the addiction, right?
All right.
How, I mean, somebody can all of a sudden introduce anybody to gambling for the first time, right? But I would like to know, when does it really get to that level where you can say, or you can do like an audit of yourself and say, I think I'm getting to that point where I'm becoming addicted. How do they really get to that point, and how can they, work on themselves or, move out of it immediately?
So the thing is, most of them do not even realize they are even at this stage at the moment until like they go through the signs. So initially, let me just talk about how we get to that stage. Is a new gambler, for instance, if they just introduced to gambling today, plays a game today, we just probably like 200 naira or you should not even gamble in the first place with money that you can't afford to lose. So if he's gambling with 200 naira day by day, losing day by day, and he keeps losing. If they're just not used to doing stuff without winning, he will quit the first day. But if he doesn't quit, if he still keeps trying, chasing the loss is what makes most people get addicted to gambling.
Chasing the loss.
Yeah,
trying to
recover the money they lost. So from time to time, after losing, for instance, he started with 1,000 naira. Moving on, he lost 10,000 naira. He will still keep trying to get that 10,000 naira. And day by day, he starts getting addicted. He would not even be able to sleep well. If you're a gambler, you're not able to sleep well. You don't usually have appetite. You have anxiety, depression, and those four in particular. You won't be able to sleep. Trust me. If you're trying to chase your money, by that time you're addicted. You won't be able to sleep. And in the midnight, you're trying to play one basketball game or you're trying to play one tennis game, trying to make your money back. You won't be able to. You won't have appetite also, because if you've not won your money back, you won't be able to eat. And even if you are winning, you won't be able to eat also because you are filled already with just the joy of winning. Then your body, you are going to be losing yourself. Indirectly, you might even be getting mad without even knowing. It's the people around you that will be keeping you in check. You won't cut your hair, you won't change your clothes, so many things you won't do. You will lose people around you. You would at the moment where it gets worse, like there's always a going back or a turn around for everybody. But like the moment you go into lending money to gamble, the person is addicted already to the fullest. So the moment they gamble, these loan sharks are not even helping, and I pray the government intercedes with that and try to like curb them a bit. So they just borrow these people money, and when they borrow an addicted gambler money, he's trying to double the money to pay you back the money you lent him and also make his own money. He might be lucky to even get the two money, but he's not going to be satisfied. He's going to keep betting to the point that he has lost the money he got from loan shark, borrowed from all his friends and everybody, and from there it's just him a decision that he needs to make to know where if to stop or not, because at that point it's gone already.
I think this conversation is actually very, very much heated. But let's speak to pop culture, right? I mean, gambling has been here on even way before 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Right, I used to know of the Baba Ijebu during our parents' time, but now it's becoming like the wave, right? The number of bet shops all across different communities. The numbers is going up by the day, and the numbers can't be going up like that if there are no demands, right? I would like you to speak to the angle of pop culture and how influencers, particularly digital influencers, online influencers, are driving the culture. Because you look today, you see a big influencer, being an ambassador for these brands. You look tomorrow, you see a popular musician influencing for the brand. I think recently I saw a tweet where the popular Frank Edo was having some,
clash with
some Twitter mobs, like they call them, right? As to, is this the kind of things that we should we be influencing in our time? So how do you think we can, address some of these conversations by maybe cutting down on some influencing and engagement or publicity push on some of these things to our society?
See, on that, it's still left to whoever they reach out to, the influencer, for instance. The Twitter mob, like you said earlier, that they had to engage back with Frank Edo. They were disappointed because this is someone everybody looks up to. So if people were already okay with the likes of Davido and the rest doing it already, but we should still have some decency, people that will still keep to that morality. And someone like Frank Edo joining into this thing is all gone already. And I blame them, but I don't blame them at the same time. There is no really what's it called, gigs for them. They need to make ends meet and they need to make money themselves also. The economy is not nice on anybody. So at the end of the day, you would never dream of him collecting that kind of gig. But for him collecting it down, you should know there's a reason behind it.
Still on the conversation, it's been a lot of insight with regards to online betting. Stay with us. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back with our guest. Lagos Youth Show, and the conversation is getting more exciting on betting. Interestingly, Ademola, I like the fact that you mentioned something around, regulations and all of that. So, in few words, I would like to hear your angle. I mean, you have been doing advocacy on this for quite a while now. What do you think what role do you think the government can begin to start to play in ensuring or curbing this, it's becoming a menace in our society? What do you think is the government contribution to taking this a little bit down?
For the underage gamblers?
Yes.
For the underage gamblers, I feel like the government has been I don't know, they are not putting any pressure or guidelines to people that are gambling, probably just because they are getting their money out of it. I'm not going to lie, the government make a lot of money from this gambling site and everything. So in all countries, not just Nigeria, the only thing that is affecting us now is that we don't have enough rehabilitation center for our gambling addicts. And for the underage gamblers, these betting sites, they are just, I don't want to use the word I would love to use for them. They They allow an underage guy. You are 13 years. They will allow you open an account. They allow you deposit. They allow you bet. You lose money. Then the moment you want to withdraw money to your account, that's when they know you are an underage. If you can know they are an underage when they want to withdraw their money out, why can't you know they are underage when they want to register? I feel like there should be use of NIM, for instance, when people want to register, like special steps for them to like register. So underage will not be able to like register. If someone from 18, for instance, start gambling, I feel like there's a level to which is going to get addicted. He could gamble responsibly, but someone of age 13, you already allow him on your betting. Some people are 11, they are gambling already.
Wow.
The moment you have a phone, you can even open 10 accounts. Okay. And the ads, I don't know. The government cannot really curb. It's not their duty to tell any artist or anybody not to advertise. But like the best they can do is just give this betting site certain rules. Do not allow underage to register, and if underage register, they like fine them or suspend them or something. Okay. The steps like that can make them this thing. There should be KYC, for instance, for people that are registering an account. If there's KYC and different steps to like register the account, most people don't want to drop their information. That one alone already like pushed some people from gambling away already. They're the ones that are ready to like let out their information online. I'm sure they will gamble responsibly too. And some might get addicted, but like underage people are going to be out of it.
Interesting. I'd like for you to speak into the regulation, because either we choose to like it or not, these betting platforms, one way or the other, they register with an agency, or they are affiliated to a particular agency. If not a direct agency, definitely they register with Corporate Affairs Commission, right? Yeah, so true. Because the numbers, as at 10 years ago, right? I mean, I was still very much here, still aware, right? We hardly hear of a lot of betting platforms. The one we know, at least the one I grew up knowing, was Bet Naija and a few others. Nairabet and a few others, But now you go here, you see a betting platform. You go here, you see another betting platform. It's like the ads are extensive on a number of days. So what do you think the government itself can do to regulate the number?
For like I said earlier, the government cannot really tell companies not to open their company, and they can't tell them not to run ads or anything. So at the end of the day, they are not forcing anyone to gamble. So the only thing they can do is, like I said, doing the KYC for people that want to register, and finding or even banning or suspending any betting site that go against that rule. Okay. If you take one betting site down, for instance, I'm sure the others will keep themselves in check and all of that. So that's the only thing they can't stop them from advertising. They can use whoever they want to use to advertise also.
Okay. In few words, wrapping up the show, that, like you mentioned, there are a lot of young people out there still trying to figure out their direction to life, still trying to juggle through the hustle despite the economy, and they stumble into some of these things. What are your few words for them, and what other activities do you think they can better engage themselves with instead of being distracted through betting platforms?
So our advice, if you have not started gambling, please do not go into it if you've not started. And if you have started and you feel like you are even addicted already to gambling itself, before leaving, I would drop some information where you can reach us. There are so many platforms that are doing awareness right now. For instance, I am an advocate for Gamble Awareness Africa Plus program. So you can reach out to us and we would help you out. And also Lagos State also is doing their best to also help people out also. And for people that, if you are gambling and you feel like you just need something to distract yourself, some people gamble for fun. You that are trying to gamble for fun, for instance, please try to divert that time to learn a skill. And if you know you do not want to learn a skill, you can subscribe for Netflix. It's just 3,500. And if you are trying to even do data for a month, it's just 5,000 naira or 6,000 naira. It will do you for a month, because by the time you decide to gamble, you will lose more than that in 2 days. But if you are watching Netflix, and when you are watching that Netflix, you want to waste your time and you don't want to learn any skill, watch Korean series, long series. I'm sure you would, before you finish there, keep yourself engaged like that.
Fantastic. All right, that's it with our guest. It's been an awesome conversation. They've told you, if you have not started betting, please don't bet. On that note, wrapping up with our guests, it's been an awesome conversation. Stay with us as we go on a quick break. We'll be right back. As usual, and it has been an awesome conversation so far, talking about sport betting, game betting, all of those betting platforms. I mean, yes, of course, we know that it has its own benefits, it has its own advantage to our society, but evidently these days it's causing more harm than good in our society. And like you heard from our guest, it is very, very important that if you have not even started, particularly as a young person, get yourself busy and engaged with that thing. Go learn a skill. There are a lot of digital skills that you can learn, from digital marketing to data analytics, many other funful activities. Even if you say, okay, you just want to while away time, keep yourself engaged as a young person, probably due to youthful exuberance, it's okay, you can watch movies, but any activities that have the capacity to affect your consciousness to the level where you start making decisions without doing intensive thinking, you're just making decisions irrationally. Those are the things you should try as much as you can to avoid. And I mean, on that note, these are the things we need to start seeing in our society. And of course, as for that of the government, we are looking forward to putting more better regulation, policies on check to ensure that these platforms are well regulated and we don't end up seeing, young people, early starters jumping on this platform without proper information and proper education. On that note, it has been an awesome conversation. I personally took a whole lot from it, and I'm sure you did as well. So let's keep up the conversation across our various social media platforms at Lagos Youth Show on Facebook, Instagram, and X, at Lagos Television on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Let's keep up the conversation and ensure that we prioritize and keep a better society for our youth and also for our young ones coming up. On that note, wrapping up the show, it has been an awesome conversation, and see you on the next episode as usual. My name is Tosin Ikuyiminu. Have a beautiful one. Peace.